Hello, everyone. Welcome to D&D News. I'm Greg Tito. I am here. Finally, I spent a little bit too much time, I think, just in the last 6 minutes trying to get my mini cam to be improved. Does it look good? Huh? I think it does look pretty good. You can kind of see my smiling face over here. Hi. But that is a pretty good looking miniature, right? You can see it all in all the detail. I will let you know, I'll be getting to opening up some more miniatures so that you can kind of see them again as I open up. Hey, I might even do a couple of these blind boxes because they're super fun to do. But I want to let you know that I'm trying to correct some of the fun stuff from last week's, which was that my phone kept dying because it would overheat while I was doing this mini cam over here. And I really hope that doesn't occur this time around. But the solution that I have for overheating is I did two things. One is I took off the case from my phone so that it can exhaust its heat a little bit easier. But then I also right now am resting it upon some frozen riced cauliflower as well as a ice pack for injuries to try to control the heat. So you can't see that, luckily, but I'm letting you know that that is my super high-tech solution for non-overheating my mini cam. Hi, everyone. I wanted to talk that through to start because that was where my mind was at for the last little bit. I will now check on the chat to see how everyone is doing and whether or not I sound okay. That's always a good thing to check as I'm broadcasting here by myself for the first time. How's chat going? Hey, grave mistake. Hey, Jack, you said. Oh, hey, Dustin. How are you? Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're surviving in D4 land. Riot Girl from Cali says you've done the ice pack trick before. I hope it works. I hope it works for this whole thing. Otherwise, we'd be silly. I want to check in on that mini cam one more time. Still working? Yeah, it is. It's a good looking mini cam. I should put up another miniature in there. Here, I don't know if this is branded or not. I should probably test a smaller mini too, just to make sure it doesn't look. Oh no, it's screwed up. It did an autofocus problem. All right, I gotta deal with that in a bit. I thought it's on the autofocus hold. All right, let me put this fine shield guardian back up. There is a wealth of tools. See that focus is pretty good, pretty much. But what I want to do right now is do the autofocus hold. So then it should not change. So let me test this theory. Okay, I'm gonna test this theory. It held. And now I got a little kitty for you all, a little purple kitty with its hat cut off. Although I do need to raise it up a little bit, which let me tell you, my high-tech solution for that has been Druid spell cards. That's the best way to increase your level height so that it works out. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this in full view of y'all because you deserve to see how the sandwich is made on D&D News. Yes, you do. All right, so you can't really hear me very well, but I am talking so that you can see a murmur at the very least. Will that work as far as getting the bottom of this thing involved? I think so. I think that works pretty well. I love that you can kind of see my face a little bit in this situation too. So thank you for being a part of Minicam Watch 2020. Hi, everyone. Are you having as stressful a day as I am? I bet you are. Bet you're having a pretty stressful day. It is very hard in these trying times, but I am excited to be here with you all and talk through some of the fun stuff that's been going on with D&D over the last few weeks. We got some great Adventurers League news, as well as Dungeon Masters Guild stuff to go over, as well as D&D Rewind for this week, which is always a super fun thing for me to be able to showcase some of the great role-playing moments on the D&D channel over the last week. I also am very excited, as I said, to open up some miniatures and show them off to you, in addition to letting you know about some fun stuff that's just happening out there in the world. So that's what we'll be doing over the course of this hour here for D&D News. What is today? Is today 4/7? Yes, let's just go with yes, it is 4/7 today. That is April 7th for those of you who are not inside my brain. Yes, all right. Checking one more time on the thing to make sure everything is okay as far as oh, hey, what's up, Tyliner? Daniel Solis, hi. Sorry I said these trying times. I was just trying to fill some audio as I was doing 4 things at once, and that's where my brain went to. So of course it is Tuesday, right? Severe thunderstorm warning. Oh no, is that what's happening in your world, DC? I'm trying to see if there was a mention of other stuff there. Yeah. Today's date is, yes, 4/7. Thank you for that. We are making it happen. All right. So one of the fun things that the Dungeons & Dragons team has been working on behind the scenes, and that we can now show, or at least tell all y'all folks about it, is on the website. It is on dnd.wizards.com/remote. And we are going to be showing off tons of free Dungeons & Dragons content for the foreseeable future. We don't really have an end date for this, but every weekday we are going to be sharing adventures, other pieces of content, things that you can play with your kids and family. I am very excited for this initiative, because there is tons of great stuff out there for all types of D&D players, whether you are jumping into something that you've never played before, and want to learn more about it, or if you are an enfranchised player and love digging Dungeons & Dragons at all times, you can do that. You can do that with all the stuff that we'll be showing out there too. That's awesome. My daughter is showing me new face masks that we acquired, so that is pretty cool. But I'm on a live stream, babe. Free Spelljammer confirmed. That's right, Jeff. Is that the Jeff Butler from East Lyme High School? So glad you are able to join, buddy. Good to see you. Can't believe that we are. Oh, I hope is my mini cam still working? I can't believe that we have reconnected over all these years. It's very cool to see. I'm glad you're playing again, buddy. All right. So as I was saying about the free adventure material, it's available through multiple platforms. You can check out on D&D Beyond. They are giving that out, as well as Fantasy Grounds and Roll20, and that's really, really exciting. I hope more people are jumping into the other parts of this website. It starts off with free material, but there's further resources as a tab, as well as how to play online, and we are just trying to make it as easy as possible for folks to connect through the wonders of playing Dungeons & Dragons together, because we realize with everything that is happening, that sometimes just connecting over a shared fantasy story is all of the, solace you need in these trying times, especially, I said in these trying times again, as I was thinking about Daniel Solis. Very funny. But no, I think you need to be able to get together as a group, and being able to play online is a great way to do that. So I'm hoping that more folks are able to, based on the resources that we are providing, as well as all of the wonderful folks in the video community that is coming up with tutorials about how to run using virtual tabletops like Fantasy Grounds, like Roll20, or just doing the theater of the mind style and using video conferencing technology like this. I know not everybody has a microphone that they can bring up to their face, but most of you have some type of camera or way to connect with family and friends. And if you have those means, you can play Dungeons and Dragons together. And now is the perfect time to do so. And we're hoping that this drop of content at 5 p.m. is generally when we're going to be doing it. 5 p.m. Pacific time for those of you who are watching from other time zones. So we'll be talking about what might be coming in the mornings, and then at 5 p.m. unlock it for all, and then keep this up for a few weeks at the very least, so that people can use this as an archive for finding stuff out there. So jump into it if you can. If you have any suggestions or ideas for more stuff that we can get out there, if you're like, hey, I really wanted X for my family, or X for my or Y for my gaming group, shoot me a note. I'm available on the Twitters at Greg Tito, as well as are most of the other D&D team members out there. So let us know what you think about this, and ways to improve it, and hopefully we get more fans playing Dungeons and Dragons over the next few months while schools and other public spaces are closed. That doesn't mean we can't play D&D. We can congregate together and play together. I don't know if you can see generally from the accoutrements behind me, but we're in the middle of an Essentials Kit session with my girls. We did jump into it on Saturday. I played for about 2 hours with my oldest. She did the Dwarven Expedition quest from the beginning of the Essentials Kit. She recruited, her character Ednia recruited 2 of the sidekicks. Pickled Pete, perennial favorite. Everybody loves Pickled Pete. Shout out to Richard Witters, who bears a striking resemblance to Pickled Pete. I wonder how that is. And to Sean Wood for doing the artwork for the sidekicks in the Essentials Kit. And then Ruby, the dwarf. Ruby is also in there, and her smiling face has been fantastic. And I love that my daughter latched onto those 2 as her companions. And then they went and did the quest and are heading back into town after defeating some of the orcs. I even introduced my younger daughter's new character, Vera, a bard, a acrobatic dancer bard, so that she can now perform at the inn, the Stonehill Inn in Phandalin, and go on adventures sometimes. She doesn't always play with us, but she likes making new characters. So that was her new character that we introduced, and she actually was done so by having the orcs at the end of the Dwarven Expedition were chasing her as she was dancing through, and she got to cast a few spells, which was great. So I hope many of you are having just as many heartwarming D&D stories happening out there, whether in person with your family in your homes or online, and I can't wait to share more of those in the coming weeks and months here on D&D News. So we'll be doing that. I love you all. I want to talk about a couple of things more before I jump into D&D Rewind in about 10 minutes. I want to let you know about what's been happening in the press. Obviously, a lot of folks are writing about Dungeons and Dragons at this time. That has not slowed. And one of the coolest things right now is this article written by Vox, or published in Vox. Beyond Dungeons and Dragons, a guide to the vast, exciting world of tabletop RPGs. For those of you who don't know, Dungeons and Dragons is synonymous with role-playing. Did you guys know that? I didn't know that. It is true. It is definitely very true. It is great to see articles like this. I always like touting them because they are great, usually explainers and getting people into it. And it seemed like it was this article in particular. I gotta fix this autofocus. How do I fix that? Can I do that in here? I'm gonna do that in properties, see if that works. I like to talk through all the things I'm doing. Apologies for those of you who are listening to me. Camera control, auto focused. Yep. All right, we're focused right now. We're gonna stay there right now in this setting so that when I mess with my hair, it doesn't change focus. Look, it worked. It worked, guys. We did it. We did that together, you and me. Thank you for being along that journey with me. and defeating this shield guardian of the autofocus. This is the shield guardian oh, never mind. I can't even. But thank you to the folks at Vox with a V, like Vixen, for writing this article. It was, as I said, a great explainer on all things tabletop RPGs with the idea of how to get into them. I don't even think it's that bad of a beef, but my only beef with this is, the third edition books here. Although, as you can tell, I have my fair share of third edition books, so I don't fault them, and I like that there's miniatures on that picture, so that looks really cool. But as I say often with these types of articles, if you have friends and family that are expressing some interest in what is going on in the world of tabletop RPGs, that article is a great way to get them up to speed and maybe even convince them to jump in. So thank you for that. There's also this article. I feel like every time I do a D&D news, there's something that says beyond betrayal at House on the Hill is on some type of a list, and this definitely does it best. I don't know why 17 board games was the number they chose. That seems a bit odd, but 17 of the best board games to play in April. Why 17? Is it there's 17 days in April? Was there 17 weekdays in April? I don't know. That seems strange to pick that number, but go with Via Con Dios, GameSpot. And it is true. It is perfect for fans of horror or story-driven games. So I would say that you should play this game if folks are not into D&D but like monster movies and exploring scary haunts as well as procedural gameplay. You never know what room is going to come up next. You just never know. I also want to let you know about this thing because it was also on Men's Health, and kudos to Men's Health for saying 20 board games. That makes a lot more sense to me than 17. Just throwing that out there. GameSpot, you couldn't come up with 3 more names? 3 more games? Apparently not. Anyhow, I just like pressing buttons. That's why I keep switching stuff so fast, so apologies there. For a spooky twist on the classic board game, we can't think of a better option. Neither can I. Except I've got one. What about... No, not that one. Dang it. Where is the... Oh, actually, I don't have an image for the Betrayal at Mystery Mountain. Dang it, that would have been a perfect segue. But I screwed it up. Anyway, Betrayal at Mystery Mansion. I know that Betrayal at House on the Hill has topped all of these lists, and it's awesome, and everybody loves it. But Betrayal at Mystery Mansion is all Scooby-Doo themed and focused on families, and it is coming out this May to support the release of the Scoob movie. That's what it's called. It's called Scoob with an exclamation point, so that's why I was doing it quite in that way. So that's cool. If you are looking at coming up with a game that might be awesome for board gamers in your house, Betrayal at Mystery Mansion, you could do a lot worse, is what I'm trying to say. And that's coming out in May. Here, let me check my thing. Oh, I think if I just say May, you guys will get it. May 15th. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone. And I love that everybody is in here trying to figure out why 17 is the thing. Thank you, Jack. May 15th. You're awesome. Yes, look for it. As it says here, 25 brand new haunts based on the popular Scooby-Doo episodes and movies that you may love. You can play as a member of the Mystery Inc. gang, except you can't play Scrappy-Doo. And you explore the mansions and its grounds. You find clues, you encounter strange occurrences, and you might even catch sight of a monster that looks like a shield guardian. Maybe, you never know. That is coming out soon. Also, I mean, you got a sneak preview of this already, but this here is available everywhere. D&D Mad Libs. How many of you out there played Mad Libs when you were a kid? I certainly did on long road trips, or any type of trip really, or any place like now, where I was stuck inside with my family. Mad Libs, for those of you who were born before they were super popular, or after they were super popular, I should say, are amazing because they have, and these D&D Mad Libs are even cooler because they will give you a list of word types, word categories like adverb or noun or verb or plural this, or, sometimes there's even more things like proper names or whatever. So you just create like whatever funny word comes out of your head when you're doing it by the list, and then you insert it into a story, and usually you want to perform it in quite a way, and the hilarity will ensue because whatever jokey word you put out there, like if I know my kids, they might say something like poop when you're saying like, what's a noun? Poop. And then you'll say like, the dragon, he smote thee, and the poop went flying. And so, like I said, that is hilarious, and everybody loves that. So pick up D&D Mad Libs. I haven't actually seen an actual physical copy. Usually we would have these in the office, and I'd be able to share you and show them to you. But I'm excited about seeing that happen on the social media. So if you want to tag me in on anything on Twitter, if you have a copy of this D&D Mad Libs, or you have a video of you reading it out loud with your kids, I would certainly love to hear it, because I think that type of thing is funny. And I might even, maybe when we get some copies of this, I might even show it off here on D&D News, if you would be so inclined. So we got a couple of minutes, and before we get to D&D Rewind, and I want to show off this amazing 2 covers for Dungeons & Dragons Mythic Odysseys of Theros. This is a new D&D source book set in a classical realm. And by classical, I mean pre-Middle Ages, right? Which is where a lot of D&D fantasy is set. This is kind of like in the 1000 BC or 500 BC kind of thing. Bronze Age, hoplites, Greek armies, that type of flavor of Dungeons and Dragons that we have not seen kind of used really in any D&D product out there, especially in 5th edition. It is based on the plane of Theros that is being dramatized in our sister property at Wizards of the Coast, Magic the Gathering, right now. It's Greek myth inspired, so there's not necessarily a direct analog between like Poseidon and a god in Theros, but there are flavors and feelings within it that feel very similar. And you can use this book when it comes out on June 2nd to start up a new campaign in Theros whole cloth, or like many dungeon masters that I know out there, you can pick and choose the fun, interesting parts and create a homeworld campaign using a lot of the mechanics within, or just pick and choose some of the adventures that will be used in there for your game. Some of the great features that are in Mythic Odysseys of Theros include 2 new playable races, Leonin, which is like a lion people, and the Satyr, as well as some fun subclasses. The Bard's College of Eloquence, the Paladin's Oath of Heroism, and you also have supernatural gifts potentially bestowed upon your characters, including abilities that will set your character apart, kind of give them more of that superhero type feel that you get from Greek myths, and god weapons, signature items of the gods that allow your character to stand apart, or maybe even slay such gods. And I think that's really cool. I just like slaying things. Is that so wrong, people? Hard to say. Hello. Yes, you can play as Diogenes, or maybe what's some of the other oh man, I'm trying to think of my Greek history, and it's all blanking on me. So in the meantime, I'll just check in on the live mini cam and see if it's still working. Yep, looks like I've solved at least some of the problems of it overheating, and we've got a nice little purple kitty to say hi to. Hi, purple kitty. Hi. Can you see me waving, purple kitty? Yes, you can. All right, everyone, it is time for D&D Rewind. That is when we show a wonderful short video highlighting all of the best role-playing moments from twitch.tv/D&D over the last week. And the hope is that you see your favorite game out there and get to shout out how awesome they are, but also maybe want to find a new D&D live play show that we promote here that you'd like to get into. Many of the ones that we highlight don't have, exhaustive long backlogs of episodes. They're usually designed to bite-sized and jump in. So hopefully you're able to do that for some of these great shows. And then after that, I will open up some minis and show off my mini cam. Sound like a plan, everybody? All right. Without further ado, let us get to this week's D&D Rewind.
Adam, you can't use any Fae.
Brutal.
Celeste, you can't use any... Oh, God, how mean do I want to... I don't want to be super mean. You can't use any spells.
Oh, no. What is that going to mean?
Okay.
A challenge indeed.
Nothing makes sense here. Okay.
How do you tell the left and right?
Ocean. There are no left and right. It's just a open.
You know,
ocean.
that kind of thinking, it'll never make you a spell jammer, Lindra. I'll try to see.
Did you just confirm spelljammers? That's a theoretical concept.
That is not what I said. No, that is
Why do I
incorrect.
feel like
that is
Spelljammer confirmed.
That is
where
not
there's
what
an
I said.
entire chat going absolutely boogots right now, and I don't know why.
That still sounds like Grandpa, Mom.
Oh my God. Forget about Grandpa.
Okay. Woo. Yikes.
Like, someone's dead, and then they bring them back from the dead. Not like
just
Grandpa.
pop up.
Yeah, they just pop up. Have you ever
they
seen
just pop
anybody
up?
do that? Don't say Grandpa.
Okay. Aunt Maggie can do it. Some of them in the temple can do it, and Grandpa.
Oh, I said don't say Grandpa. We're not talking about him.
That's a good question. Top two flesh colors. I usually use something pale, so like a pale flesh, or I'll use like the heavy skin tone, and then add kind of a pale flesh dry brush, and then I'll use either, depending on what I want, as kind of a final kind of highlight, or final kind of look or tone. I will use either sepia wash or the flesh wash.
We and everyone in this alley I have talked to on a near daily basis stand by you. Do not be afraid. Do not stand down, because you will be the only ones that do if you choose to do so. I will be back tomorrow to reopen at daybreak as always. I don't know what more to say except thank you. I'll put out for a new hire when you are ready. Flinrick was a good man. And he will be missed.
Hello, we're back. That was fantastic. I will admit I didn't get to watch that in super detail because I was trying to do 4 things at once, including making sure the minicam was working, because of course it turned off. But it didn't turn off from lack of heat. It turned off from or lack of getting away the heat, or heat removal. Why don't we just say cold? From lack of cold. But it is awesome to see everything on this channel as far as role-playing goes. It always makes me happy that we are able to offer a huge breadth of different content. So check it out if you can. One great way, and we depend on you to be able to get a lot of that amazing clips from D&D Rewind out there. So one way that you can help elevate, or if you have a favorite moment, to make a clip in the Twitch interface, share it out to as many folks as you can, get more people in on it, and then our amazing editor, Steve Sprinkles, will put together all of the clips that kind of rise to the top, and he uses that in his selection process for figuring out what is the best clip to show. So I appreciate everyone who was highlighted there, as well as Steve for editing together this week's D&D Rewind. Thank you for that. I want to talk now about Dungeons & Dragons Adventurers League. Dun, dun, dun. Of course, I've made a way for me not to be able to touch this thing. But D&D Adventurers League. Defiance in Flan. Do you guys have any Defiance in Flan? You prefer a Flan? I actually can't use a button because I didn't think about putting these into the button, so I'm going to use instead OBS. All right. Defiance and Flan is the free adventure that is up right now for D&D Adventurers League. You can check it out, as I said, on dnd.wizards.com/remote. That is the first piece of content available, as well as Adventure with Muck. But the Defiance and Flan, you normally had to pay a small cost to be able to download and run through that content, but that is now completely free on multiple platforms, and it is a perfect introduction to getting into playing Adventurers League. Now, what is Adventurers League? Well, it is D&D's official play campaign, which allows you to create an Adventurers League character and then take that to different areas that are playing through Adventurers League content. It's a nice way to make sure that you're getting kind of and staying up to date with the adventures that we're publishing here. But there's been so much great stuff that's happened since the release of 5th edition back in 2014, which I can't believe was that long ago, but it's a long time ago. So that's why we're focusing on some of the older stuff that you may not have been jumping into at this point. And we will be offering it all up for free to get more people into it. It follows the Tyranny of Dragons campaign, which we re-released last year in one tome. It was in 2 adventures, and then there was this ancillary Adventurers League content that was happening at the same time, and we want to make sure that folks are getting into it. So thank you for Adventurers League for making that content for free right now. We also have some really great stuff. As I press that button and I think about what the next one is that I'm going to do. Oh, right. So Adventurers League has some new stuff up on the DMsGuild. It's an epic announcement, it so says. The Dungeon Masters Guild, you can download the Iron Titan Epic. What are epics, you might say? Well, they are one-shot adventures, usually only available for play at large public events. They involve multiple tables working together toward the same goal. You might have seen this at D&D Live 2019, The Descent, when everyone was playing in a epic through Adventurers League. Some things that happened at one table impacted what would happen at another. Kind of most famously during that weekend was when Chris Funk, guitarist for the Decemberists, made a decision that he thought would only affect him, but it actually affected everyone and did a significant amount of damage to the 100 or more players in the room, with benefit to him alone. And so he got some well-meaning chagrin from that. But those are the kind of things that happen at epics all the time. Sometimes they're boons for everyone in the room, but they're all working together. Even though you have your individual table, you're all on the same thing. They're mass cooperative adventures, storytelling on a grander scale, and I think that's cool. So you can download this for the first time. We've made epics available to download. You can work together, and I actually have a cover I can show you for this, I think. There it is. Nope. Yes. Oh, yes, the Iron Titan, the Oracle of War Epic #1. So thank you to Dungeon Masters Guild and all of the folks who worked on this for getting it ready to go. It is fantastic, and if you would like to organize an epic, you don't necessarily have to be in person to make that be a thing. So I would love to see folks out there use video conferencing. We know that things like Zoom and others can expand up to hundreds of people. It might be really a challenge to manage, but I give that challenge to you and to see how to make it happen. And if you have any images along those lines, definitely let us know and see if we can let folks know about what's happening there. So for this one, the Iron Titan Epic, you work together to disable a reanimated gargantuan warforged Titan, terrorizing the Salvation Outpost. And so that seems like lots of fun. There's also time to grab the Doctors Without Borders Adventurers League bundle from Dungeon Masters Guild. I'll get more into the Dungeon Masters Guild in a second. But you can get 20 adventures, 2 supplemental materials, and make a big difference in the virus that's happening right now, all for under $20,000. $20,000. Yeah, people. You can buy that for $20,000. I mean, if you want to. If you have the Jeff Bezos, this is for you. If you would like to buy this bundle, please just do it. I mean, it's not that hard for you. You can just make it happen. Maybe even buy 3 bundles and then make it happen. But for those of us, you can get all of that for under $20, and it is still super important for you to support that. So we love that. The other thing that we want to highlight here for Adventurers League is the upcoming online event, Jasper's Game Day. I've been really inspired by this charity. It is all about raising awareness for suicide prevention out there. And so we will be in support of that for Jasper's Game Week over a week in May, from May 3rd to May 7th, with lots of Dungeons & Dragons games going on throughout that, including ones with myself and maybe even B. Dave Walters, Chris Perkins, Kaylee Bray, Stephen Picorni, and Matthew Lillard, which should be super fun. We'll be announcing more on a schedule soon, but you'll be able to sign up for raffle items, including Adventurers League, Cert Packs, a Talon and Claw DM screen from the awesome Talon and Claw, and a legendary bundle from D&D Beyond. You can help prevent suicide and offer support. And remember, you are not a critical failure, and you don't have to roll initiative alone. That's really awesome. We'll have more details on that in future stuff, but on Friday, April 17th through 19th, you'll be able to play Adventurers League D&D for charity. Also on twitch.tv/daddywarbucks. All of the proceeds from that charity event that Adventurers League is running will benefit the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. That is happening on April 17th through the 19th very soon. So check that out too. So in case you can't wait until May 3rd through the 7th, that's one way you can help join the same cause. Okay. So I'm also going to talk about Dungeon Masters Guild. I mentioned it a couple of times. That is the way to get a lot of the Adventurers League content that I was just talking about. But Dungeon Masters Guild is also raising funds for Doctors Without Borders, as we said. You can get a $20 donation and get all of that amazing stuff that I mentioned earlier. There's tons of 5th edition D&D PDFs. There's something for everybody. It's a great cause. Together with this promotion, we've raised more than $23,000. So we're definitely ahead of Jeff Bezos on this one. And they will be available to the end of the week and possibly even longer if everybody can keep momentum going. And so snag some of these deals right now in this bundle for up to 80% off the sticker price of a lot of those items. So if you are a fan of Dungeon Masters Guild and the type of content that people create for it, it is the go-to marketplace for licensed D&D adventures, supplements. If you just need like a last-minute one-shot to run with your group online, the perfect player option for the character concept that you've been working on for years and years and years, rules for building custom golems, for example, or harvesting and crafting monster loot, all kinds of crazy stuff. The creativity that is abound on Dungeon Masters Guild is awesome, and I want more people to jump into it if they can. All right. Now I want to check in on the I think, did it go down? Oh, is it working still? It is still working. Good. Minicam is still live. I need to do better at creating that content and going back to it each time, because I think I'm just showing off the crazy Iron Shield. No, what's that guy's name? Shield Maiden? Shield Guardian. That's what it was. All right. So, how are you all doing? I haven't checked in with chat in a second. How are you? Hi. Hi, Roger B. Oh, you're DMing that epic? Fantastic. I really like that. Bar my carnivore. Yes, it was a Shield Guardian. That's right. Okay, so a couple of things I do want to say before I start opening up minis is I'm wearing this awesome shirt from Death Saves right now, if you check it out. This one is here, actually, I don't know what I'm looking like, so let me stand up for a second so that you can actually see it in all of its glory while also hearing me. It's a boulder. That's right. And it's got stuff down the sleeves. What does it say down the sleeves? All of the different descriptions of the beholder from the monster manual. And then on this side it says, many tales are told of the dreaded eye tyrants. And then the back is the coolest part, which I'm going to show you right now. That's really hard because I couldn't really see if you could see it or not. But it's got, I believe, all of the different things that the different eye stalks of the Beholder does listed on the back. It's an awesome shirt. Death Saves does fantastic apparel. We love everything that is coming out of that outfit and want to show it as much as we can. I'm just going to drop this in there. I'm sure you guys have already done it. Yes, you did. Jack already did. You are a good person. And there is a huge sale going on right now for Death Saves. And I'm trying to find this specific beholder. Yes, here it is. Actually, let me link to that in the chat as well so that you can see it. Here is the one that I'm wearing right now. I love it. I love the bomber jackets. There's also some really cool ones that I've seen in the past, which I think are still available, which focus on some of the older content, including I have a white long sleeve Tomb of Horrors t-shirt that has artwork and maps from the original Tomb of Horrors. There's also some really cool purple and pink motorcycle dinner party t-shirts. Here, I'll link to this one because I've worn this in the past and I think it's amazing because of its portrayal of the old school ads that used to be run for Dungeons and Dragons in the before times, right? So cool stuff. I really like that one, and you guys should check it out. It's perps, as Ashley says. Hi, Ashley. You can't get them in Argentina? Oh, man, that stinks. I didn't know that. Oh, and as Tyliner points out, the Frazetta hoodies are on sale as well. So just throwing it out there. If you're looking for something to brighten up your day with some retail therapy, you can't do too bad about getting some good shirts from Death Saves. They also have dice, a lot of other fun stuff out there, including stickers and all that. So jump in. The water's hot. Okay, mini time. I feel like I did all of that prep for this mini cam, and I really haven't been able to use it too much. So now's the time. Now's the time. I'm opening up this box. If you can see it from our friends at WizKids, the Volos and Mordenkainen's Foes Icons of the Realms pack. I don't know if you can see, but I have quite a few boxes here that I had the foresight to grab from the office as we were doing this content from home. So I'm going to be opening these up forever and ever until they all run out. Hopefully they don't. Ooh, but this is the first one, and it is a doozy. I don't think I've seen this one before, and I'm going to show it to you on the mini cam right now. Or you know what? I'm going to put it there and then reveal it. What do you guys say about that? All right. What do you guys think it is? Ooh. I wish this was better. Maybe I need to move it a little bit closer. Is that better? Okay. You guys ready? You all ready for this? Let's see it. Ah, it didn't work. I gotta fix the autofocus again. How did that get all messed up? All right. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, please. Please. I need you now more than ever. All right. Let's see if will it focus now. Maybe it's because that one is so dark it just doesn't want to focus. Oh, that got a little bit better. Ooh, that's actually kind of creepy looking. What do you guys think of that? Yeah, it's focused on the back legs. Oh, I turned off autofocus. Why did you turn back on again, autofocus? I said like manually set. It doesn't really want to do it, does it? Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. You get to see all that happening in a dump. Working. Here, I'm gonna put back my tried and true shield guardian. Okay, so it wants to focus on shield guardian. Let's just try to do that, and then I'll do the autofocus hold again. All right, that one looks really good, right? You get to see all the details there. All right. Did anybody have any guesses? I didn't get to check the chat about what this mini is. It's about as good as I'm going to get, isn't it? Anyway, it's a Coldrith. Coldrith? Do we have a pronunciation on the Coldrith? Yeah, there you go, Jack. You got it. Jack is my king. All right, well, that was that miniature. Let me show. Ooh, all right, we've seen these guys before. Let's throw them out there one more time. Let's see. Let's really hope that this is in focus. Dun dun dun. What do you think about that? It's Mr. Tortle. Hello, Tortle McGee. Tortle. I need like a lazy Susan that can let this rotate for me. I feel like this makes this like kind of upwards shot also makes them look really epic. What do you guys think? All right, one more before I get to the big one for this box. I'm really resisting making the office joke there. Hi, I've got a hook. I'm Hook Man. I'm Little Hook Man. I've got a ton of these guys now. My Darrow. Ooh, this one's got like a little bit of a misprint on the thing. Actually, I guess I should be using this camera for that. Anyway, cool. All right, let me go. This is actually one of my favorite ones from this set. Let's see. I don't know if this view will do it justice though. All right, you guys ready for this? It does not do it justice. It doesn't at all. And I froze my camera. Hopefully it's not from... No, it's just from... Oh, man. You are watching all this fun stuff happen, aren't you, people? How's it feel? Does it feel good? Does it feel bad? I can't tell. I love that you get to see us make stuff up as we go along. It's a big, important part of DIY Dungeons & Dragons, isn't it always? But this one is, of course, the Trapper. Less of a Trapper Keeper, so to speak. Here. Oh, and of course the autofocus stuff always changes when I reset it. Let's see. Oh, but that actually went really, really good in detail there, huh? Yeah, so it's this flat. Here, I'm gonna fix the autofocus while I do this. Okay, so the Trapper is cool because it is a large miniature, but it's got an indent in it so that you can put a medium-sized mini in there and it will look like it is in fact being trapped. So that's a fantastic miniature, and I want to show you one more. I'm gonna open up one more box. I got time. That's why I did all the mini cams, so that you could see it in all of its glory. All right, this is again from our friends at WizKids. They do great work. We'll start with one that's an alternate of one that you have just seen. Let us show it to you, shall we? Yes, we shall. This is, am casting spells. I am a turtle genius. Get it? Turtle genius. I did that for you. And he's clearly a mage or a wizard or a sorcerer of some kind. Maybe he hangs out with Arkin and Avernus. No, that's a different one. Ooh, I like this guy too. This one might show up really, really cool on this specific cam. So let's show it off for y'all in this way. Ready? 1, 2, 3. It's a Morkoth! That's right. He's got all of the items upon him, including a... I guess I gotta back it up because the miniature... Oh, yeah, you can see it in detail there. He's got a treasure chest, a shield, a bag of gold. Morkoths are jerks. Totes jerks. Awesome. That's really great to add to the collection. Here we got our last medium one before we get into the large one. And, I've been seeing my daughters wear this one quite a bit. And I usually like how it looks. It's a choker. Get it? Get it, you guys? That was a dad joke, in case you were wondering. I realize I can actually tilt it just by tilting the base underneath it, so you guys can get a little bit of a different angle there. This just so you guys know, this is how they do it professionally. For reals. This is how they do fancy photography for products. This is the same thing. Same concept. Just slightly different. Okay, so this one is the last one I'm going to show you. Check it out. This is Lucretia. No, this is Lucrata. This is a terrifying monster that will destroy your brain, as well as your... I'm trying, guys. I'm trying to get this into something that looks good. This is a Lucrata. You get to see my nice fingernails as well when I'm doing this. Hello. Woof, woof, woof. I'm going to eat your soul. All right. Well, thank you to WizKids for creating all these amazing miniatures. I like showing them off for you. Again, we're always trying to level up and get better at showing them off. This was, I guess, a little bit better than last week's, but we'll continue to improve and get better situations here. Although I will report that the riced cauliflower worked. My camera, otherwise known as my phone, did not overheat and shut down 4 times over the course of this D&D news. So, hey, baby steps, right? I want to look into the chat real quick and say goodbye to all y'all in person. Thank you so much. It is, just answering some of the questions that I see there now, it was a large Stabby Robe Games. That was a large miniature. It is a Lucrata, as I said. And Siberian says, put a saddle on it and ride into battle. Yes, do it. I feel like that's something that my daughter would say about jumping into that as a campaign. And hey, who knows? Maybe I'll introduce a Lucrata into our D&D Essentials Kit game. I might need to downplay it a little bit, but there's been lots of petitions about getting some pets here in this house, so who knows? We'll make it all happen. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. Thank you for hanging out, Adelaide, from Adelaide in South Australia, as well as from Wellington. You are all fantastic. Thank you for calling in from so far away. You are good folks. I have been, you probably hear this all the time, but I've been rewatching a lot of the Lord of the Rings movies during this time, and I often think of moving to New Zealand when I watch those, as I'm sure many people do, but it is fantastic. As always, you're the best. Thank you, and go Vikings. Thanks, Jeff. That was our high school mascot back in the day. Go Vikings. You are all the best. I'll be back next week. We have a great Dragon Talk coming at you this Friday. I can't wait. So you can tune in and watch that at 12 p.m. Pacific time. I will be streaming live from here, and we are talking to James Wyatt and Wes Schneider on the D&D team about the Theros book that's coming out. That's right, Mystic Odysseys of Theros. You'll get way more information from that book. And for those of you who are watching, it'll be our first Chris Perkins call-in for Lore You Should Know at 2 p.m. Pacific time. I'm excited about that. There are tons of other fun stuff happening here on the D&D Twitch channel. So hopefully you can enjoy all that and go forward and prosper. Make it all happen. Thanks, everybody. I'm gonna get out of here before my mini cam goes off. One more shot of the mini cam. Hey, I'm gonna kick your butt. All right, that's it. You're all great. Thank you for being here. Bye.